Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is B and today we're gonna be making a sympathy card, and I'm gonna be using this set from the greeting farm. I'm gonna use this floral stamp right here. I am going to be using this gorgeous paper. It is from Eco Park, Gather at Home. It has 48 double-sided, and I'm going to be using that one. And then I'm going to be using these stamps. I'm not sure yet if I want to use the Thinking of You or the Thinking of You with Sympathy and Prayers. I will choose as we go. For this card, you're going to need a card base of your preference. I'm trying to make more simple cards because they are a challenge for me. So I'm trying to get out of my comfort zone a little bit and make them. So this base, it's 8.5 by 5.5. And then I score in the middle at 4.25. And then for my top paper, which is this gorgeous paper, I cut it at 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. Here on the top paper, I have also chosen white, and this piece measures 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. I also know that I want to use a distress ink behind my stamp, but I'm not sure which of these two I'm gonna use, so we'll see as we go. I have stamped already my floral design and I cut it around, and that's gonna be right there in the middle. For my stamping, I'm using Memento Tuxedo Black. It is great because I am coloring with alcohol markers and this ink does not smear. Now for your main card, just fold it in half, make sure that crease is crisp, and I find it that when I crease it really well, it fits better and flatter on the envelope that I am sending. Then I'm gonna put my top paper right here on top. I was thinking maybe I would do the side like so, like you see me doing here, and then the paper on the side so it would show more this paper, but I decided not to. Now for this, I'm gonna glue it down with my Easy Runner. I usually use wet glue. I feel that it's so much better than this tape, but I have it, so might as well use it, right? So now we're gonna work on the top paper, my white paper that it's 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. So I want my floral to be right here in the middle, but I want the distress ink in the background so the flowers pop a little and it is not so simple. So I'm using the right Persimmon one. I decided to go for that one. So what I'm gonna do is that I am going to color or distress, I guess, my my base of my card. I am tapping a little bit the blender on another piece of paper because I don't want it to be that bright when I do this. So what I'm gonna do is just where my stamp is gonna go in a circular motion, I'm just gonna go ahead and keep adding the distress ink until I'm happy with how it looks. So now I'm gonna add the same distress ink here to my mat, and I'm going to add a little bit of water to it. And with a brush, I am just gonna do some splattering around exactly where I put the distress ink and a little bit around it. And I'm gonna set this aside. While it dries, we're gonna color our stamp. Make sure to check the description box below because I am going to add all the markers that I use. I color with Ohuhu Alcohol markers, and I wanted to stick to greens and pinks and maybe orange. So let's go ahead and finish coloring this. Okay, now my stamp is ready and we're gonna glue down my white paper, my top paper where I distressed with the ripe persimmon distress ink. Now it's time to add my florals, and I'm going to be using foam tape to raise this a little bit. I'm gonna use a couple strips down the middle and to the sides. Now for this next part, I am going to be using my stamping tool because I want to make sure that the sentiment is exactly where I want it to be. I chose the thinking of you with sympathy and prayers, and I decided right here it's about where I want it. And for this I am also going to be working with Memento ink because again, this ink is amazing. So I'm just gonna dab this there and on top of my stamp and just stamp it below my flowers. And we are done. This is how the card looks. I am very pleased with it. I am so glad I chose orange. It's a color that I never choose. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure that you give this video a thumbs up and that you subscribe to my channel. Happy crafting!